Good evening, Proxy Table Gaming fans. We are PTG and Lucky-Sixes.
Sup.
Proxy Table Gaming with a round 2 battle at Midlands.
Yeah.
You had a good, solid 15-5 win in round 1.
Yes, Mark.
So I've ruined that battle report if you accidentally clicked this in the wrong order.
Oh, yeah.
So, sorry about that, but it's your own fault, not mine. Anyway, so yeah, Refuse Flank and Spores of War for round 2.
Crack on.
Who did you face?
So, we are against Saurian and Warren.
Pretty dinosaurs.
A rematch from, is it my last tournament? Yeah, TC. In April. Way back when. So, I got 20'd.
You did.
So yeah, I was like, oh god.
You maintained your record against ETC.
Yes,
we should add.
ETC England players, I always get 20'd.
3 times before this.
I think so. Warren,
Felix, Warren, and Raph.
Yeah,
this is your 4th ETC opponent in battle.
So it wasn't
confident.
So I wasn't really bothered about the list, more the player, to be honest. But list-wise, I thought actually
same list for Vampires.
Yeah, same list. I think I can deal with most things apart from his on-foot warlord, who just he's like multiple wounds 2, I think. And with the spear, he's loads of AP.
Yeah.
Pressure swiftness, so I think he even goes the same time, if not higher than me, if I charge him.
Agility 6 off the charge, I think.
Okay, so
maybe 7.
I remember thinking, actually, if I go into him, I don't kill him, and he kills me.
Yeah.
So I was really worried about him, and obviously he's got 3 lots of warriors that he can go in as well. Salamanders and spearbacks with good chaff and shooting. The Taurosaurs with engine, so all my range stuff, which I don't have a lot of, will get 5-upped. And a Stygisaur with a toxic breath weapon, which really hurts my cav.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So it had a few combats to it, and Div wasn't great either. This was before the update as well.
Yeah.
So an Irosaur is pretty good. But yeah,
in the hands of an experienced Saurian player.
Yeah. However, I still felt I could pick up a lot of points on it. And being Spores of War, I had a lot of practice with that as well.
Yeah.
And I think he's only got 3 scoring, and I can at least kill 1 or 2 of them, which means I should be able to have the advantage of scoring.
Okay.
So yeah, annoyingly, we got Refuse Flank again, which again. Yeah.
So this was a random roll-up, wasn't it?
Well, it's just the tournament pack, the way they have it. So the organizer picks one for everyone, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, no. You said Refuse Flank again, as in.
Oh, against Warren.
Oh, okay, right. I thought you meant you had it in round 1.
Yeah, so we Refuse Flank against him in TC.
Diagonal, isn't it?
Yeah, which gives him loads of space behind to.
Oh yes, I remember what
for
happened.
Fleeing shenanigans, which I hate. I know it's not a fleeing necessarily list.
No, he hasn't got his terror.
But he's very good at that and setting up what fleas he needs and stuff. And he's got 3 like salamanders and things like that. So I was conscious of that, and he's got is one of his Taurosaurs behind and things like that. So yeah, I dropped for first.
You are a funny guy.
Mainly because I've got this Varkalak, right, which I just love the idea of vanguarding and moving with. So he's got a 12-inch vanguard and an 18-inch move.
Yeah.
And he's a wicked model. So he really put some pressure on. And when he deployed like this, I actually thought that's really good for me, because I can move, I can vanguard. I found I had a plan with him, which we'll get into in a sec. But yeah,
so I am going to throw in a random opinion here.
Yep.
I think Vanguard is one of the best things to have.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Vanguard is so awesome.
On certain models as well, like the Varkalak, I think it's massive, because he's so good that if you can get, and he's so manoeuvrable, if you get Vanguard and an H, so 30 inches I've got.
Yeah.
The movement. I mean, that's, not many women scoff at 30 inches. But on the deployment.
All right.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, it's a sensier
there. Yeah. I was quite pleased with how I deployed overall. So, obviously, he's got his coatl bunker right at the back.
Yeah.
I've set up right at the left. You can't hardly see him, but there is
over a
Baronites going for that spoils with the ghouls as a backup. Again, he's got not much shooting which I care about. So
he's abandoned that spoil as well. He's really not bothered by it.
Yeah. My general's out to put some pressure on his left flank. And with the ranges of everything, I've got my old Donny Dark coach to help me out with marching with my chaff over here.
Yeah.
So I figure what I can do is I've got loads of chaff over here to chaff his infantry units, and one of them has the Lording, the on-foot Lording. So I could get a good charge.
Probably that one.
Yeah, is that on it? But I might be able to set up a good charge with my knights on the better unit whenever I come up. So I've got 2 versus his 2 chaff, I'm thinking. And I've got raised dead and stuff like that, which might come into play from my generals at some point, which is on the left though. But yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with how it's gone. I just need to get into it, really.
I love how much you assess a battle after your deployment.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, a lot of people say that battles are won on deployment.
Yeah.
And I get that totally. But I'd love how much of an assessment of how things are going you get before anyone's moved.
I do a lot of dropping for first as well. So it's basically... Yeah, I know. I don't know if you've noticed. And I'm looking at it, and a lot of the time it's dependent on how they deploy up against me. But the only thing I say that I don't like is, again, I've gone for all 3 spoils.
Yes.
Which sometimes could be
you're that's quite a habit.
The reason I do that, I've done that though with this list, is because it then spreads. I'm happy to spread out and lose one of them if it puts a lot of his effort into getting that.
Sure.
So like if I lose my zombies by getting the middle one, fine, because he'll have had to put one of his scoring units into it.
Yeah.
And he won't put his bunker in at the back because they're too far away to matter. So I'll have to put other stuff in, and I can get the. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so that's the reason I did that. But that's perhaps a negative.
Sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I'll get first turn. And what I've done.
So a semicircle going on.
Yeah. So my Baron, I'm thinking, right, he's not going anything on the left, so my Baron's picked that up and run away. That's their plan for the whole battle. Ghouls come in to help out and look at that centre one. General comes over a bit to be next to my zombies. More just as support, really. I don't want he's got a character.
Yeah, he's got the
cowboy. I don't want him going into me.
Do you think he can take your lord?
If he charges with a lance, yeah.
He's got a great weapon.
Well, then yes. So what I'm thinking is I need to evocation him off before I get into him.
Yeah, sure.
That's my thoughts. A step back on the right, making sure his Stygiosaur does not have a charge on anything, because I've now used his Stygiosaur as chaff, so his Taurosaur at the back can't charge me.
Okay.
So he can't wheel or anything to get into me. Or into my front, which I am, and I can't. And if he can't touch me, so I can't even move into him, because of the inch movement. Blah blah blah. So my Varkalak is relatively safe.
So you haven't. So he's here.
Yes, he's right next to the Sigil.
Right, I'm not sure that might be cut off on the picture. You see. So.
Okay. So he's next to the Sigil on the right, safe from the Taurosaur, and in the flank of the infantry.
Very nice.
Or the Stygiosaur. So there you go.
There you go. That's a lot better.
So close enough on it. So yeah, I was pleased with that. I thought that was a good move.
Well done.
I get 1 wound off on using Hasten the Hour because he's dispelled the D3-1.
Of course, yeah.
And I get some zombies and a rise. So
we're not worried about Well, the overrun speed bump thing.
No, I don't mind if I can multi-charge him, because if I can charge him with my general and a unit that has ranks, then I'll just challenge him with my general and smash him up. But yeah, so it gets him both looking to wipe them out.
Yeah.
Overview of the movement. So one good thing I thought Warren did, which caught me out a little bit because of the way I did everything, was he actually started now moving his torso with Engine of the Gods over to the left to challenge
this one.
No, over to the, as you look at it, to the left. Yeah, to challenge my Barrow Knights.
Right.
Which.
Yeah.
Currently now, if they go forward to get the spoils, will charge me. Yeah. So I had that bit of a thought, and I thought actually that's a really good move from Warren, because I can't go into him. Yeah. I can't. The Taurosaur is now a real big threat.
But if you just stick there, then the Taurosaur's got to stay there to stop you.
Yeah, but he doesn't even really care about being charged by them.
No, sure. No, I mean, the Taurosaur has got to stay there to keep that job done.
Yes, yeah. So
you're stopping him from using the Taurosaur elsewhere.
For sure. So that is good, but it was something I didn't consider.
Okay.
So that he caught me out on that. What else have I done? Oh, what's he done? So he's moved a Stitcher Shot out of line of sight and used his infantry with no lording. To go up against the Varkalak.
Okay. Would you take that on?
We'll see.
Two wounds to you.
So he does 2 wounds because his Stygiosaur can see me.
Yeah.
And through Mystic Traveller stuff, whatever.
Symbiosis.
He got 2. And he does 2 wounds, I think, with a spear back on my old Donnie Dark coach.
Ooh.
Which is annoying.
Yeah.
Does loads of wounds, but this is after Crumble.
Oh, you didn't have a champion in the zombies.
No, they're raised.
I know,
so,
I know. But
I do a wound to his spearback or other salamander. Yeah.
Other salamander? What?
In combat. So that second blue. So
to the cowboy?
Not to the cowboy.
There's another salamander in there.
Oh, I see. So I take a risk. I take a long charge with just my guy, because if I do it, the unit is 1 less, because I haven't got banner of speed on, so the unit is movement 7, he's movement 8.
Right.
And I need 10, I think, to get into the side of them, or it'd be 11 with the unit. So I take the 10, but fail.
Okay.
But
you're thinking there's not too much that...
If it had got into them, that'd be them done.
Yeah.
Absolutely gone. I...
Move up the chart.
So move up to them, but to be behind. And he only kills 2, I think, or 3, and then wins by 2. Combat res or something. Because I do 1 wound to a salamander.
Yeah.
So they stick crucially for his turn, which he was really unlucky here because he should have wiped them out and then been able to reform and charge anything.
Which is why you put the bats there.
Yeah, I guess. But that ended up costing me in the end because I put them right close to it, but then I couldn't raise them up.
No.
So that was a bad move. But it didn't. It worked out.
You couldn't have expected the zombies to survive.
No, that's it.
Nice watch.
It's a very nice watch. Very nice. I did a wound to his torso somehow. Yeah. There's a wound. I don't know how that wound was done.
Might have been hasten the hour because you can't get the cowboy.
Yeah, maybe. So this is after movement and over. I think this might be an overview.
Yeah.
Because again, I was this one was going quite slow. This battle, so I was doing.
There's a lot going on.
Pitches, in his turn. So I think this is the end of the turn, possibly. My Varkalak's gone up, basically, has chosen not to go in front of them. Oh, this might be at his turn, actually.
You've moved.
Yeah.
And he's moved.
Yeah, so because my Varkalak wanted to threaten his bunker with a Coatl, and it meant that he had to
stop it.
You stop it, basically. So he's had to use his chaff behind him instead of front of him.
Yeah.
So that was basically the thing with me. And he's moved the Stygiasaur there so he can see everything. I thought he should have used the Stygiasaur to toxic my lord.
Yeah.
But
you res 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see 2d6 can go wrong when you're wounding on 6s.
So I see why he didn't. I suppose it's the risk, but I thought that'd be a surefire way to get a couple of wounds at least.
The trouble with the breath weapon is it's really short range.
Yeah.
And you potentially are going to lose your Stygiasaur for something that doesn't do a lot. If, like, the Stygiasaur flies, or is a dragon breath weapon, then you got much more scope to make sure that you don't lose your Stygiasaur in delivering it.
Yeah.
But because he moves on foot, admittedly, maximum movement is 14 inches, still fairly decent. In my experience, it's a tough one.
Fair enough. So what I ended up doing, I don't know where this actually is, but there's quite a lot going on, as you said. So my Barrow Knights at the top left go on to the spoils.
You've gone for
I then get a raised dead again off, because he's stopping the D3 wounds and stuff on things, to chaff the Taurosaur.
Okay.
And then he decides not to go into the Taurosaur, to actually bypass it and go around to my flank, which again was another good move from him. So he keeps dodging my...
So you chaffed there, and then he moved there.
And he chose not to go into it. Am I in to a salamander there?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So I think he's chaffed my lord, and I've gone into a salamander there.
You've moved your dogs up, and he's moved into your face, but you don't look like you're in combat.
Yes, he hasn't... Or one of us hasn't charged the other one, but he's moved his lord into the other unit of infantry.
He's there now.
And pushed him back a bit for longer charges for my lord and Donnie Darkcoach.
And knights.
And that's pretty much where we're at, I think. I can't really remember anything else.
Yeah, I think we had a close-up of the zombie unit. Anyway.
Symbiosis or Spearback kills me, but somehow he killed me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And now, so he didn't go in because he wanted to move his lord into the other one. Now, this is where I think he's kind of baited me, because he's left an easy charge of my lord and my Donnie Darkcoach to get into them, and I've taken it, and we'll see how that goes for everyone. That's a very interesting move on both our parts, I think.
Okay.
This is me charging.
Yep.
So maybe he chaffed me last turn. And this is where we're at. So, again, I've got to kill 11 in that unit to break a steadfast. And I've got impact hits. And
obviously you're not putting the dogs in.
And I've not put my dogs in, no. Impact hits, my lord, and all the coaches' attacks on them to try and kill 11.
Yeah.
And if I do, I overrun and get it. Yeah, that's it. Other movement, so I move my Barrow Knights he just allowed me to not march, but 9-inch move out of his. Yeah. Well, my general's there. So I think
you couldn't
because I couldn't march the thing. Yeah, true. So I've just managed to just get out of line of sight of the Taurosaur.
Yep.
Which is really good for me, and I've turned my ghouls to face them now.
Yeah.
Leaving my zombies for the central unit.
Sure.
Central spoils, sorry.
A lot still on the board.
And I'm thinking here as well on the right with the spoils, I'm moving closer to it, but I'm leaving in like a double 12. Sorry, double 6 charge.
Double 12.
A double 12. It's a long one.
Quadruple 6s.
Really thinking. So I get Touch the Reaper off, and I think I only do another wound.
Yeah.
It does one wound on him.
But Taurosaur's bigger on him. So. He's my build.
Yeah.
Or the build.
My general kills chaff, overruns. I get another raised dead to chaff as Taurosaur.
Okay, yeah.
So I keep chaffing as Taurosaur, which is really good.
So you nearly had 3 raised units of zombies on the board at one time.
Yeah, it's good. And I chaff his...
Oh, sorry.
Chaff his cowboy, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
So I end up doing 9 wounds and not 11 because his champion challenged out my lord.
So the wounds were mostly done
so
by Donny,
I did one thing. So to be fair, he's done a decent amount with impact hits and stuff like that. However, he's too short. I do Vampiric up, but it means he's got a flank and a charge into my Dark Coach now, which is not a great place.
No,
especially with his lord.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the game changer there.
Yeah. So that's what he's baited me into. So that was again another good move on his part.
Yeah, risky, but I can see how it would work out. Yeah.
Maybe it did kill him. I'm not sure. This is a bit out of sequence, and his character's now gone.
Oh right, yeah.
So maybe it did kill him, and he hadn't taken him away earlier.
2 wounds.
Yeah. So he's dead.
Cool, but you chaffed him anyway. So.
Yeah. And this. Oh no, he's not dead. He's moved up.
He's over there now.
Go back. What was that showing then?
Touch the Reaper.
I don't know. Forget this. This never happened. Okay, so he's gone into my Razor Zombies. He's chaffed my Baronites with his Lord, knowing that I can't go into him because he'll just kill me with Great Weapon. Blah, blah.
He's thinking he's going to get a reform.
Yeah.
Right.
He's chaffed my General with his infantry.
And had to Quattle's gone.
Yeah, he's had to take Quattle and move him backwards. And yeah, that's that. And this is the state of play after all the charges, and there's the Quattle, as you see. Yeah, he's moved up to Stygisaur. I don't know. I think it's a symbiosis thing. And yeah,
the breath weapon.
There's a lot of really tinkering movements. Again, this is why it's taken it a long time from both our parts, I think. So yeah,
interesting to move the Stygisaur right there. He's moved back.
Oh, and then he's moved back. Yeah, again, like I said, there was a lot of movement. Yeah. Like the Coatl as well has been moved and things. So there you go. Yep. Overview. He gets a missile off on them, which I don't mind.
No, of course not.
He doesn't kill them.
They're just as good on that.
And this is after combat.
Ooh.
So I do a decent amount with my Lord onto his unit. I think 4, maybe 3 or 4. But then, actually, that's not a decent amount considering his build.
Yeah.
And then he just combat res and kills them all.
Yeah.
So my Lord and Donny Dark Coach, he needed combat res, but he did combat res them to death, and leaves it as you can see.
That's a lot of points lost in one little
patch. And he overruns towards the Vampire Knights because he knows he's got his Lord in there, which I think goes before the Vampire Knights.
Well, especially with the
or at least at the same time. So yeah. So I'm like, oh god. So yeah, that's them.
Nothing changed up
there. So
he's killed the zombies and
reformed. So on to my turn. So I charged the dogs into his 3 Rhinosaurus.
Yeah, well, you might as well.
Who hold and yeah, it's fine.
Because you're strength 4 on the charge, aren't you?
Yeah, that's nice. I end up going in with the Vampire Knights because I just want. It means I can try and contest this thing. All I'm hoping is I just don't. I hold him up because I know he'll do a decent amount of wounds to me. Yeah. And I just want to try and get as much onto the unit as possible.
I suppose, yeah, with him being multiple wounds too, it is ropey.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So, but yeah, so I just want to try and keep him there and do it. Hope my attack does enough. General goes in because why not?
Yeah.
And I chaff his Taurosaur with my remaining bats.
Cool. And your zombies have moved up to claim the second objective. So you've got all 3 objectives at the minute.
Currently, yes. So I turn to chaff with those, knowing that I don't have a musician. I don't think. So I'm stuck basically. Yeah. So I decide to chaff them instead of anything. Both
the units.
And move up with my ghouls. I think 12.1. The old classic.
Of course, yeah.
My dogs do the business.
Yeah.
And overrun, which I was surprised at actually. Overrun into his Spearback or Salamander.
Yeah, whichever one.
My Vampire Knights as well go in and do 6 wounds which I think is pretty good because
He's
he's
only
only got
done
parry and stuff.
One,
And he's only killed one. He fluffed, I think.
Yeah.
But multiple wounds 2 means he just kills one. I think I got a couple of 5s because he's AP 4, I think. Everything. So my 1-up goes to 5-up. So I think what he did is he did 2 wounds and I saved 1.
Yeah.
And obviously then that 1 got multiplied into 2, but I'm on full strength, so my 5 goes down to 4. So yeah, I know he's got a Stygisaur on the side, but it's held him up for his turn, which is again, I know it's a bit costly for the vampire, but they're not getting out. They're not getting out of a charge, you know.
No.
So that's what they're at. But yeah,
kills the bat. So.
My general goes in. Overkills, and they fail their steadfast.
It does happen to other people.
Yeah, man. And he wipes out the unit, which is nice for me.
But it's his turn next, isn't it?
It's his turn next. So even though I'm looking
to eat the
yeah, that's it.
Are these dead? Are they? No.
No. It's still my turn.
Okay.
Now it's his turn, and he goes in.
Yeah, with both.
With both. It goes into my flank,
of course,
which isn't great for me. And then moves his Quattle like so, and moves his Taurosaur like so. He did originally charge my bats to get rid of him, but then decided against it.
Okay.
And moved him like that.
Why's that?
I don't know, if I'm deadly honest.
Ghouls with poison in the flank, maybe?
I'm not sure. Oh, in the last turn, something I didn't. The guy, the cowboy, I managed to do 1 wound to.
Okay.
With the AP 10
chipping away.
Yeah. So. But yeah. End of the Vampire Knights. Toxic.
Yeah.
Breath Weapon.
That's what he was saving it for.
Smash before. Yeah, absolutely. So. Disposed of me, and he's got the objective.
Ooh.
So, my dogs continue their reign of terror.
Better go away.
But it goes away. But it's my turn.
Yeah.
So that is nice. He kills and overruns both. I don't think he overruns into me. I think he does overrun with both. Oh, he might do. He might overrun both into me. And my dogs continue their reign of terror and charge the Coatl.
Brilliant.
Needing a 5 because they've overrun.
Yeah.
It's just something that he just completely forgot was an issue. We actually had a bit where I thought they were movement 8, and I would have needed 6, and I rolled a 5 on Swift Ride, and I was like, gutted. And then I think it was Colin Power.
Yeah,
who was next to me and goes, no, they're movement 9. And
I think this is the way you say, good old boy.
Yeah. Well, good old boy. So
Warren was thanking him for that.
Yeah, I know, man. But yes, so they get in. So I'm threatening his Coatl, which is nice. Over to another combat, and my AP Naught champion.
There you go. Yep.
So my champion challenges him out with his 3 attacks. Hits
3 attacks? Oh yeah, 3 attacks.
Yeah. Hits, poisons 1 and wounds 1.
Brilliant.
See you later. Oh man, I can't believe it. That was class.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god. Taurosaur, I think I do 1 wound 2, but he goes to town on.
Now you got some ranks.
Yeah.
You get rerolls to hit.
And I got rerolls to hit off. Although on now, think about it, I already get it because of their rule. So they have a rule.
Yes.
So that was a bit of a redundant spell.
No, you would have got it for the combat.
I would have got it for this. So you get it in the second round, and this is the second round. So I would have got it now.
Well, you gave it to yourself for this first one.
Yeah. So that was nice. He goes into my chaff now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've regained them somehow. Some wounds on them.
Or it's a different unit.
But yeah, so now we're looking at As You Are.
But he's got 1 objective. You've got 1 objective.
Yeah.
The other one's been lost.
You're quite correct in that regard. So I think this is his turn. He hasn't got much to do.
No.
Because everything's engaged that can be engaged.
Yeah.
And stuff. So this is what we're at. Kills the chaff.
Oh, I thought that was into the ghouls for a minute. I was like, no, the ghouls are dead.
No,
of course they're not.
The ghouls aren't dead.
Is that uber poison, or
it was
do some
uber poison?
Really?
I must have rolled 12 poisons.
An AP Naught gets through his 3 up armor.
An AP Naught got through his armor. I only need to do 4, but I just rolled way too many 6s.
And you know that.
Oh man, that was class.
Yeah.
That was class. So,
this doesn't mean what I think it means.
The dogs didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Again, this is always quite time pressed. So my dogs go in, and his combat collateral kills a dog, and then on his round it kills another dog.
Yeah.
And then my general goes in and watches.
Right, yeah, naturally. But the dogs kept him in place.
Yes. Dogs were huge in this battle. They were huge.
You could say they're MVP for the tournament so far.
They're doing all right, aren't they? Yeah. They're doing all right. I wouldn't say they're MVP in the last one, but
I would.
I
just did.
I know you. Oh, yeah. It's staking a claim.
Give it to it.
But yes, and that, sirs, was that. So we ended up drawing the objective.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm not deadly honest, I'm a little bit annoyed about.
Yeah, the Baronets kind of dropped the ball there.
Let's see if we can go. So 12-8 to me, they're on points, which I was very happy about, but really came down to the qual.
Yeah.
So the one I want to go into is this, really. But I want to go back to the start, but I'm not going to do that. The bigger mistake for me on the spoils thing is actually having my ghouls and my baronites that way round. If my ghouls take the objective, he's got to put a lot of stuff to try and shift my ghouls. Yes. Which, to be fair, he did. Yeah. And should have done over time.
Well, that's what having a champion in the ghouls is worthwhile.
But yeah, the champion is a must take because it's a musician as well.
Yeah.
But also, so there's a few things that helped the ghouls, even though I got well lucky to do what I did. But getting him down to only 1 wound was massive over the course of the game. And that was like one of my main things. And obviously, getting the rerolls to hit and stuff really helped with the future combat with the Taurosaur. So, but if they'd have gone for the objective and not the Baronites, I win the objective.
Yeah.
So that was my big mistake.
The zombies were the one that claimed the objective.
Yeah, well, like I said, splitting up like that means he couldn't focus on 1 or 2 areas to kill my army, which meant he had a choice. So that's why I thought my deployment was really good. He made some really good moves, especially on this left spoil to draw the objective. I think he played better to get the objective. I think my play was pretty decent as well. But it was tight to the time. Six turns.
There's a lot of movement going on.
So
it was a long time before anything went down.
Really, really tactical game. But yeah, I didn't get 20'd.
Yay! So first ETC victory.
And it's my first victory. So yeah. So thanks for the game, Warren. As always. And another win.
Yeah, so 27 points from 2 games.
Dizzy heights, mate. Dizzy heights. But yeah, so I'm loving loving it at the minute.
Cool.
Very happy.
Right, wicked. So, as that was so tactical, that was a little bit longer than we perhaps normally would do for your battles. Normally you do in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Roll 6s, man. I need tactics then.
Sweet. So, thanks for your support. We'll move into round 3.
Yeah, guys. See you later.